Womanhood. What comes to your mind when you think about it, love?
A fading body, pain within your womb, pain in intimacy, disgust at the sight of your reflection. Really, was it worth being born to end up living with this numb ache in your chest?
Your soul is trapped within these ruins of fat flesh and bones. I tried to claw you out of it once. I tried to show you mercy, didn't I? And yet you keep walking among a world that despises you.
The world can howl, curse and screech. It is your breath, your heartbeat. They don't own it. They have tried to bend it, to shape it for their own gain, but you fought back. That will to fight, the urge to defend it, it's your heritage, passed down by those before you. Ink that follows the curve of your spine and spread like wings in your flesh reminds you that you can find ways to push back. It whispers against your skin, I got your back. I'll watch over you. I love you too.
They're shaking. They're awaking again. Well then, dearest, open your eyes.
Hazel. I know. I can feel them too.
From where they are sitting on the ground, they slowly raise their head, brown curls framing their frown. A few seconds pass before they get up on their feet, hand on the blade at their side. Who are you? You have no face to us, no voice or smell, a ghost creeping inside our head. As if there weren't enough of us. Is it curiosity that brought you to us? Are you there to be kind or to be cruel? They don't seem scared, more annoyed by the fact they can't pinpoint where you are. After a while of looking around, they sigh and opt for facing forward. Maybe you're there, maybe you're not, but they seem to have given up on looking. I guess I should introduce myself. Hello, welcome, bonsoir. Whoever you are, I'm Hazel. I can't tell if it's a good thing you're here. Considering how annoying the others are, maybe you won't stay long anyway. Excuse me? Us? Annoying? You imbecile, we are you. I dare say, we are the spice that gives your personality flavour. If it wasn't for us, you'd be tasteless. Thanks for proving their point. Sure, we are a tad wild and disorderly, but that's what makes us charming. Everyone, shut the fuck up! Can't you all behave for 1 second? They sigh once more, eyes closed with a pained expression. Their hand clenches around the sword as if they wanted to swing it at something. After a couple of seconds, they relax and straighten themselves. You faintly notice that the years have created a frown line between their eyes. And now you're swearing. No manners left in you, is there? J'ai dit ta gueule, en fait. Hazel, you know how to ground us. We need direction, something to chew on. Think of something, anything. They freeze, and their eyes dart around the space once more, trying to think of something that would occupy the wild voices in their head. Sexism? Sexism is prejudice or discrimination based on one's sex or gender. Sexism can affect anyone, but primarily affects women and girls. It has been linked to gender roles and stereotypes, and may include the belief that one sex or gender is intrinsically superior to another. Why the fuck is that your first thought? Having your sense of self ripped out every day, every waking hour among the living isn't enough for you? You need a faceless stranger to have that opportunity as well. Womanhood is a part of who they are. It makes sense to talk about it. It's your grandmother. It's your mother. It's your sister. It's the dolls and those who share your body but have crossed the binary. Their eyes settle straight ahead and their lips twitch up in a smirk. I guess it's a good starting point if they want to know me. No better way than to jump right into it. Let's show them how it's done. Sexism is in the details. You have many strange, complex feelings about your womanhood. You thought at first it would be easy to define it. You're a woman. It's your biology. Therefore, there's no point in going further, is there? However, as you grew, you realized there is a point where biology ends and gender starts. You realize that there are many layers in the harsh treatment that you receive due to your body. You can start to measure how much poison your brain has absorbed after years and years of being pressured by the weight of patriarchy. So, how do you define your womanhood when it was all dictated and none of it natural? What is your own and what was inflicted upon you? And why do these thoughts keep festering inside you? Wait. In the details? Sexism is in the details is such a small word when you consider everything about sexism. A big house is made out of many bricks. Therefore, sexism is made out of many prejudice details that lock you inside of said house. The sexist house. Let's go with less obscure metaphors, okay? The fact is, there are the obvious sexist statements. A rape culture and a constant shame of women's sexuality, the pro-life movement showing a disregard for the health of anyone with a womb and taking away body autonomy, transphobia, period. Toxic masculinity is also corrupted by the idea that anything feminine means weakness. The list goes on. And these are all big things. There's no details to it. You got it wrong. The details are the remnants of all that patriarchal and misogynistic internalization. Bullshit. It starts with the fear of being perceived. Taught to the youngs, learning to be hyper-aware of the dangers that roam the streets. Shouldering the responsibility to relieve the guilty of the blame. You enjoy the long dresses, skirts, and fancy clothes, but the many times you indulge in it, people would think you were asking for male or sexual attention. So now you end up overanalyzing your outfits, choosing what will help you go unnoticed. You love overly kitsch pen or accessories with unicorns or dinosaurs or kittens, but you're scared people will infantilize you and stop taking you seriously. It's already hard to be taken seriously. You can't give them any ammo against you. Another is the doubts that plague your mind. Am I in danger? Maybe he doesn't know how uneasy he makes me feel. Did I say no loud enough? Why am I smiling? It's a nervous smile. Maybe he thinks I'm okay with it because of it. I'm saying no. I'm backing away. He understands, right? Right? Am I being paranoid? It's okay. We know the rules of the game. Lower your gaze. Take a step back. Satisfy their ego. Play the naive. It's the wrong move. They like it, so they'll keep doing it. They get drunk on that feeling of power. You know this. You're slowing down the end game, but you're not stopping it. So what? So what if I'm playing their fucking games? I won't feel guilty for it. Their back has curved a little, like a cat trying to make itself bigger, daring anyone to approach them, ready to bite and fight at any sudden movement. Not fighting back because of fear isn't just playing by their rules. Sometimes it's plain survival. Don't forget, you have people in your corner. People who'll never hurt you. Miles away in a cozy little house, Hazel's mother looks at the many drawings and pictures that adorn her fridge. At first, the sight of it makes her smile, but then Rory settles in her gut. She recalls the bags under her child's eyes, the wary smile they offer when asked if everything is fine. As her gaze doesn't leave the precious little scribbles, she whispers to no one, "Was I a good mother?"
She was. She was only one woman. She couldn't protect you from every monster. As quick as they were prone to anger, they deflate, lowering their eyes sadly. She shouldn't worry. I'm fine. I can take whatever shit they throw at me. Sometimes what chips away at someone's sense of self could be many, many small things that slip through the cracks. Things you don't even notice at first glance. You could have built the strongest of armors, but if it's always in battle, it gets rusty, weaker, breakable. Sometimes it's something as small as a nickname you hate. It bothers you, it's mocking to you, but they just can't stop using it. You try to be polite, to ask them to stop. They won't take you seriously. It'll make them laugh louder. Then you raise your voice, hoping to be heard, and they'll stop. At the price of being stigmatized as hysterical or not capable of taking a joke. And sometimes they don't stop. The thing is, sometimes they're not all evil people. It would be easier if it were the case to just have these one-dimensional monsters as opponents. Yet most of them can recognize the big issues of misogyny. They're against the pay gap, against the sexual harassment, etc., etc. And yet, they won't stop to think about all the microaggressions they have in their everyday life. No one in their right mind wants to be seen as or be a sexual asshole. So it's easier not to acknowledge it. Nevertheless, if you don't question your harmful behavior and get offended when people point them out to you, maybe you're still part of the problem, you know? The term microaggression was coined by Dr. Chester Middlebrook Pierce in 1970. A microaggression is a subtle verbal or non-verbal behavior, committed consciously or not, that is directed at a member of a marginalized group and has a harmful derogatory effect. Oh yeah, like your former boss. When he heard you being followed after work and that his one comment was, "Oh, so glad he had a son, so he doesn't have to be worried about him getting harassed at night." Their hand clenches once more around the handle of their weapon. Yeah, that sucked. We felt like shit after that. Even after you told him how faultless that was, he did not apologize. It was a fact for him. Women are more at risk, and he's glad he doesn't have to worry about it. A luxury you don't have. I can't believe he said that, and yet he thought it was appropriate to pet my hair to get my attention instead of, I don't know, touch my shoulder or wave at me. Why do men think they can touch my hair? Why am I an afterthought in their actions? They stilled after saying this, that sentence reminding them of something that happened nearly a decade ago. There was that short film you had to study in art class that talked about a voyeur. A man finds this hole in a pub that gives him a view of women on the toilet. There were two parts to this short film. One was the real testimony, the real person talking about his voyeurism, unashamed of what he had done. The other was the same moment, but played by actors. You and the class were supposed to identify which one was which and debate about it. But I can't remember the name of it. Okay, why the heck are we talking about this? Is going to make them even more unsettled. I remember the teacher's face when we told him straight away how disgusted we were and how we wouldn't work on it. It was something. We were known as quite the chirpy and smiley person. The fact that our whole demeanor turned sour and angry was a shock to them. We spoke, and he had no other choice but to listen. All of your female classmates agreed with you, and had also made their displeasure known. It was repulsive to consider this criminal testimony as part of an art piece, knowing the man never had to suffer the consequences of his actions. The teacher meant no harm. He saw how angry and upset the film made you, and decided not to push it. But the damage was done. How did he not realize that he was exposing this gratuitous violence against our own? And you left feeling filthy. It wasn't a victory. Just a bitter reminder of how so easily our pain get glossed over, whatever context we're in. It was rather stupid of him. The majority of the class were women. How did he think he was going to go down? Can we think about something else? Wait. The subject of the film was voyeurism, right? Come to think of it, voyeurism is often played as a joke or as something less harmful than other types of sexual misconducts. Because it's a kink, let's not tiptoe around it. They want the freedom to slobber over people. They need to be reassured that they can't help but look. Yet the satisfaction is at its peak when the object of the attention is unaware and therefore less than willing. We also see how banalized it is in different media. There's the classic scene in mangas where young boys try to spy on women in the public baths. To be fair, it's been a while since you've picked up the manga. But back in your youth, I'm not that old, jeez, it was common to see one. Oh, the sneaking tutorial in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where you and your friends sneak about to watch women bathe. It's quite upsetting how there's a form of casualty in the use of voyeurism that your main character takes part in. You remember the film Mimicry? The one by Marie-Noël, 2018. You remember a scene in particular, a long travelling shot where Curie lies on her bed, motionless and naked, yet her eyes are wide open. It's not intimate like watching a sleeping lover, no. Above the headboard, there's a mirror that reflects her body, exposing it twice to our eyes. The camera lingers, admiring her body as it follows the curves and the seemingly soft skin. The bed was in a dark void. Nothing else to settle your eyes upon. A black room, the bed, the body and the mirror. Nothing else. Ah, is there anything as savory as a woman's body, made to be gazed upon as she lies before us, offered to your feasting eyes? Do not mind the vacant gaze, nor the held-in breath. Rip apart the body. Hopefully it'll set the soul free. It doesn't. It was beautiful, though. It was frustrating because it fell out of touch with the story itself. We didn't need to lay eyes on her vulnerable body within a scene that didn't move the story forward. It annoyed you because you remember her body and the mirror reflecting her so clearly, a painting that haunts you in the fragments of your memory. You remember in that same film a scene where the raindrops are in reverse, rising towards the sky as tragedy strikes within the narrative, and it works so well for it. You held onto your mother's hand as tears trickled down your cheeks. So the film was, in some part, truly enchanting. And yet you walked out of that cinema with an unsatisfied heart, as if the story of such an incredible woman had not been told as it should. Was her nakedness supposed to represent vulnerability? Did something slip out of your reach, beyond your comprehension? Hamlet 2026 by Chloe Zhao seemed to you like a better example of the life of a woman. Even though the accomplishments of the female lead are wildly different than a person like Mary Curie, you felt as if it honored the woman and her life well, even with the highly improbable spin to her character. Marjane Satrapi made a film in 2020 called Radioactive, about Mary Curie as well. We should watch it, see the differences. Put a pin in that, 'cause I think we will. Do we have anything else to ponder about? You can see that they are getting tired, eyes going heavy despite the noises and the chatter. You would be exhausted as well if so many voices were quarreling with such intensity in your head, pulling your mind in every direction. Hey! There's also the mimicry of toxic masculinity. Their eyes snap wide open at the exclamation. Well, sounds like the discussion is not quite over yet. Mimicry? If acting like a stereotypical cisgender man will earn your respect, or is the only option other than hyperfemininity, You will pull the wolfskin cloak over your frame and bare your teeth just as much as they do. One of Hazel's soul sister is debating with someone, her back straight, chest puffed out, and a snarky comment on the tip of her tongue. She won't back down, even though there is no fight to be had, even though the opponent she faces currently is her friend. It's just second nature for her now, aiming for the throat before they reach for hers. We do that too. When we feel mask, we feel the need to amp up a rough attitude, to take more space in a room, copying the men of your family or workplace in an attempt to recreate their worst demeanor. And when we realize what we are doing, it comes with a wave of shame. We try so hard to break down all of our misogynistic habits, just to slip into other stereotypes without realizing it. Your mother used to say, "Tough enough to wear pink," with a smile and a wink. It didn't fully reconcile you with the color, but it's one of the many things she said that helped. You don't play the blind in front of your mistakes. We will get through it, one step at a time. Talking about steps. So far we have the guilt of liking feminine things, conforming to your cis-passing, and the cliché of it all, the frustration of being treated like a child, yet sexualized just as much due to liking said cute and feminine things, the need to counterbalance it with an overly rough and macho man attitude. It's a never-ending battle. I should just give up. Just nod and let whatever they have planned for me and my body happen. Let them try again. I dare them. This body is ours. We'll fight. We'll run. We'll die trying. Remind them that we bite. Always so scared. Always watching over your shoulder. Aren't you tired? On paper, this body is mine, but it never felt like it. This is why we exist. Our ink has sunk under your skin. We answered your call, and now we dance together. Every time you move, black and loud, we will remind you this body was always yours. When you trace our contour, remember that we will never leave you. Forever yours, forever yours. The dizziness after the long hours of work on your back had felt like a high. You relished in the soreness under the shower as you washed it carefully that evening. For a blissful second, you felt in control. You felt powerful. Like a knight bearing the colors of his king on his armor. It's there, it's in your face, sort of. You can't miss it. A small smile graced their lips as their head tilted slightly to the side, as if the tattoo was still whispering some kindness into their ears. In a patriarchal society, it is hard not to be affected by the bias it teaches you, especially when it was built and nurtured throughout centuries. One thing is for certain, the battle for our rights never ends. The road stretches far away in front of us. It's a long, long way. A lifetime, really. Just don't stop. Don't give up. You're not alone in this fight. It sounds like a never-ending battle in your mind. You may not see it, however you're halfway through it. As long as you are willing to fight, you will win in the end. No matter how long it takes. It's another road towards healing, one where you can ask for help. You will bloom again. I promise. The voices shimmer down as Hazel let herself sit heavily to the ground. Time to go, Phantom. I'm tired now. Don't want to talk anymore. Phantom, Ghost, seemed they had found a nickname for you amidst their internal debate. Although, it was nice talking to you. Or I guess, to be listened by you. Made me feel less crazy about mulling it with the others. So, thank you. They tip their heads upwards, probably trying to set their eyes on you one last time. Their smile is more genuine, their posture more relaxed. However, they haven't put down the sword in their hand. Don't take it personally. It's not against you. It's always with us, for the better and for the worst. Hazel lets out a long yawn before closing their eyes. Goodbye. Farewell. Bonne nuit.
Oh, fuck Nemesis, by the way. Collectif Nemesis is a French right-wing group calling themselves feminist, created in 2019. They have a strong anti-immigration, anti-Islam, transphobic stances. So I'll say it in French. Qu'ils aillent se faire foutre.